time I was recording. Welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit, guys. It's me, Alex Whiteley. I'm trying to move my phone because it's making the mic go a bit weird. But yeah, I'm sat with Cherie Jerrard and Tat Effby. How's it going, guys? You all right?
It's all good, thank you.
You need to get a lot closer to this microphone, my love.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Close enough.
So we're sat in Tat's house, lovely house.
Thank
Really
you.
nice.
It's clean as well because you're here.
I'm super happy today. This is going to be the best podcast I've ever recorded because my car's just passed its MOT. There's nothing better, is there? You know, it's just the best feeling in the world. I'm floating on cloud nine. How are you guys? You good? I'll start with you, Tat. You all right?
Yes, very good. Yeah. Very much looking forward to Drawn at the end of the month. So there's been a big load of work to lead up to it. But yeah, kind of hitting the fun bit now.
Yeah, because it was quite a success last time, wasn't it? Drawn in.
It was a huge. Well, it felt like a huge success.
It was
it was great.
Wasn't it? I'm a bit worried because this one's got to be even better.
Yeah, we can do that.
Go
Yeah,
top.
it's double the fun.
No, it is. It's already looking very amazing. So I know it will be good. But the last one was so good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and I'm really gutted I couldn't be there for.
You were there before, though. It was like the Eve, Drawn Eve.
I was there while you guys were setting up, and I missed chatting to Matt Sewell. Kind of me and Matt have just kind of like dodged each other until recently. I've
I saw the pictures, yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, you were at Drawn, and he was like, yeah, I made a few quid. So I made a few quid there, yeah. It was really good.
We all love Matt, don't we? So it's nice to be able to...
In a nice way, Matt, if you listen to this, but in a nice way, he reminds me a bit of Carl Pilkington in the way that he'll just say it as it is. Do you know what I mean? And I like that about
there's
him.
no messing. Yeah, it's to the point.
He's a very friendly guy, but
It's
he's like...
refreshing,
Yeah. So yeah, Drawn in the summer, for the listeners that don't know, would you guys want to explain what it is rather than me, Cherie? What was
Okay,
Drawn?
well, how do I say this without using cliches? But as a creative person myself, during lockdown there was highs and lows, but you kind of felt that you could easily be forgotten. So we were sort of coming out of the first lockdown. I thought we were all sort of tentatively making steps back into the world, and I just wanted to let our community know that we were here, that we were working, and what we'd been up to. And it was just a really good way of connecting everyone back together. And I think it was, but the community was so supportive, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was like they knew that it was a fantastic part of Shrewsbury, the people that were here, and they just came out and supported us, and it was amazing. It was really lovely.
Well, me and James came the evening of, like we just said, the evening of before, and we had there was good diversity in the kind of artists that were there, and that's what I really liked. It wasn't just like one type of artist. There was like the young people, there was guys, there was girls.
There was us.
Yeah. Exactly.
The in-betweeners, like Tat Effby.
There's the upper reaches of the age bracket, and I was representing them. Should we do an age count next time?
No. Although I did kind of balance it out. There was quite a few young'uns. I've tentatively brought in a couple of jewellery designers as well, because one of them, I wear her stuff and I love, and I've done some illustrations for her. So I thought, okay, she's got to be there. And there was another lady that I always used to bump into at shows when I was in London, and she was from these parts. So I brought her in, but she's on the periphery. She's near Cheshire. But I so love her stuff. So it's a little bit, there's other diamonds in the rough.
It does say something about Shrewsbury though, when there is so much like diversity with art. With, you know, it's not dying, and that's the thing. Like, you know, COVID really did knock people for six when it comes to the arts.
Yeah.
You know, on the broad spectrum. But it's not stopped things. People still want to make beautiful things. So.
Well, it seems to be they're making it more here as well. You know, before COVID, we'd be like, I would have been doing those London shows, and we'd have been stretching ourselves further afield. So it's almost brought us back. Like the weekend that this is on, I would usually be doing a show in Birmingham, but I'm not. And I feel part of me thinks, oh, I'm not part of that. But what I am part of is so much richer because of the connection with everybody there. One of the people who were at the show said to me she didn't feel valid. She didn't feel like she... how do I
belong.
say? Yeah, she just didn't, and I don't see that in her at all. And she's amazing. And I said to her, but as a group, we're stronger. You know,
it's really humbling, though, isn't it? When you can go to an event like that and feel like, oh wow, I can't believe I'm here. You know, that's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, and there's always that awful moment when you set up and you're like, right, I'm here, and then you've got to make a sale. And everybody in the back of their head is trying to put out that thought, what if I don't sell anything?
Yeah.
You know, but
I think we went into it on that the June drawn, didn't we? Just thinking, wow, you know, we're just here, and my God, we're here, and that's an achievement, and we're all going to have fun, and it's a room full of nice arty people. So the fact that we actually got such a lot of people coming in and buying things was kind of like the icing on the cake, wasn't it?
It was.
And I think that was one of the reasons that we were so thrilled by it, because we had a great time. But then, hey, it actually worked for the purpose that it was intended for, and it brought everyone together.
I think it goes to say something about something that's independently run as well. I mean, like, so say, for example, like small little Comic-Cons, for example, right? Say like people where it's a bit more intimate, you know, people are going to get that more one-to-one experience, or even just a smaller ratio than you would get at a big Comic-Con, you know. So people will go to that and they'll feel more welcome. And the same with like the art exhibitions or events like this, where, you know, it's not some massive thing where there's thousands of people there. It's you guys, and you get to speak to the artists and spend a bit of time with them. And I think that's probably the attraction there, you think?
Yeah. And it did feel like people were happy to come up and talk to us, because I have done some things where I've scared people. And I think, what am I giving off? I mean, I know my resting face is a little bit sour, but I don't know if it was something to do with having that bit covered up. Oh my God, my eyes, smiling with my eyes for a whole day. I was kind of like...
Well, I didn't know where to put myself, because we're giving away bags. I've got this real need to give back. I don't quite know what it is. So I'm already planning the goodie bags for the next event. But I was trying to give bags to people as they arrive. So I ended up delegating my stand to someone else, because I have to say there is that moment when you're sat there thinking, am I going to sell? And I was quite happily delegate that to someone else.
After this, though, after the event, did you get a lot of artists get in touch with you guys going, I wasn't part of that, can I be part of next time?
Oh my gosh, I have a waiting list, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's
That's exciting.
Great. Yeah. But I've had to make it bigger so that I could get more people in. So it's over 2 days this time. And my plan was, rather than to make it a huge, because I like the size of it, especially in the current times with all that's going on. I didn't want to make it bigger in the sense of bigger... you know, with more people. And so I thought I'd keep it the same scale, but we'll do 2 days. So on the Saturday night, there's a bit of a changeover. So there's a new lineup on the Sunday.
Oh, so you get a different artists on different days.
Yeah.
That's a bit like a 2-day festival, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah. You haven't, I mean, that must be, what a responsibility though, to choose who goes and who doesn't, you know. I mean, I guess everybody wants to.
You like playing God. It's okay.
No, I hate it. I just want to be everyone's friend.
The power.
You will dance for me.
If you want to come to the show, you have to be nice to me, won't you?
No, I don't think so.
So what was the night like for you guys? I mean, I saw you guys for a little bit before, but setting up before Drawn. How was that for you guys for the first time?
I loved just setting out a stall, really. It'd been so long since I'd done anything like that. So actually just putting the things you've made out on a table is quite, I don't know, it was very, very satisfying.
It helps to see the range, I find. I mean, shows are important for other reasons, you know, just in that you get to see what you've been making and what works for you and what looks good together, and it helps make a sort of coherent... It just helps evolve whatever you're working on. So afterwards, you tend to know which direction to go in a little bit clearer.
Yeah. I think when you've got so many diverse things that you do and you put out there, it's actually, sometimes I just think, what's the impression I'm giving people because I'm doing this and it looks completely different to that. And But when actually... as a body of work, it's together on one relatively modest table. You think, I can kind of see, you know, that I'm sort of heading in one direction.
I feel like that all the time. I wonder if everybody feels that way.
But there must be some people who are consistent.
I'm very inconsistent.
Yeah, me too.
You'll see that.
Did you feel like, I'll probably ask you this, at Drawn actually, did you feel like because of lockdown and COVID and stuff, you'd made just ridiculous amounts of stuff just because you could, you know?
Not necessarily. No, I didn't overproduce. I think it was just hard enough to try and eke out any space to be creative, really, when you had all the other things like homeschooling.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that took a substantial amount
I've got
of time.
confession, we gave up on homeschooling.
Yeah.
The day she started beating my mouse against the table, not my actual mouse, but my computer mouse, I thought, this isn't working for us. So I let go. But she's pulled
It's
herself
BBC
together.
Bite Size, crack on.
Exactly, yeah. Let's go for a walk.
My daughter likes to tell me what to do, so the dynamics really wasn't working.
Was she saying, get on with some work?
Well, she likes to say, oh, I've learnt this today, and show me. She doesn't like me to say, right, you've got to learn this today, because it's just, I don't know. But luckily for me, she pulled it together herself in the end. So I think the harder I tried to make her do stuff, the more she fought. So,
Gosh, is she your daughter?
that's it, isn't it? Oh my gosh!
It's an awful mirror they hold up, isn't it? It's like, oh my God!
Oh my Lord, you're so right.
Oh god! So when it comes to Drawn, though, do you feel like you've been making things specifically for Drawn as well as your other work?
Yeah, it's been great.
It like
gives
a
you
different
a sort
dynamic
of
for you?
gives you something to work towards. I mean, after the last one, it made you feel like, yeah, I am this person. I can continue to produce stuff. It was great. And then this one, it's given us, and I think everybody I've got on board has said, oh great, I've got something to work towards now.
Yeah. I for the first Drawn, I had all these bags and I just started painting them, and it sort of evolved a style which I'd never done before and would never have thought about doing. So I did all these bags for Drawn, and then off the back of those bags I started doing prints in a similar style, which I wouldn't ever have thought of doing. So that gave, we were saying earlier, well, it just gives us something to head towards, and and it's great that that's a few weeks before Christmas, because then you've got the twofold.
Yeah, it's payday weekend, isn't it? And I've always found that people sort of peter out a little bit in December. I mean, you get the last minute shoppers, but the majority of people, it's November really.
It's been Christmas here since September, I think.
I put, what was it? Yes, after Halloween, I put the TV on, 5 minutes sit down, 4 Christmas adverts, one after the other, and I was like, oh Lord.
We went
the perfume, sorry.
Yeah, the perfume
the
adverts.
perfume
Do they do your
ones.
head in as well?
Oh, and they started in September, I
There's
swear.
a John Lewis advert release already. Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I got an email from John Lewis saying, "Do you want to watch it?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to watch it."
Is it what's it, Electric Dreams or something? The song.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
I might watch
quite
it
like
then.
that.
Yeah, I love that.
I haven't seen it, so I
Something
don't
to
know.
do with Kid Meeting an Alien. I haven't seen it yet. Kid Meeting an Alien. I'm trying to hold off on Christmas a little bit, because I want to kind of. I didn't really get a Christmas last year. We had like 3 days of Christmas because I don't know if you remember, listeners, but
Yeah.
we were moving house, and we moved into our apartment sort of 3 days before Christmas. We had the tree up for like 5 days. It was nuts. So I really want to sort of like
Soak it up.
really enjoy it rather than have it sort of till it gets stagnant, I guess.
Yeah.
My friend Gareth at Rocking Horse, how's it going, Gareth? He's put his tree up in his studio already. Some people really can't wait, can they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not doing that soon though.
I hope my children don't hear this. I've stockpiled the Christmas chocolate because it was on special. In fact, actually, that's one of my children coming in the door now. Shh. It was on special at Wilco's. I was like, I'll get that in while it's on offer and hide that somewhere. Yeah.
Well, we're back on the keto.
Have another biscuit, Alex.
I will. Nobody wants to hear me chewing down the microphone.
I've got one beside it.
I've got a Cookie Monster on there in a bit. Like Tat's bought.
No, Cherie bought them.
Did you bring them?
Well, Tat made some, but apparently they weren't good enough. But I think they probably would have been.
They really weren't.
A bit of a history lesson, whatever. When we first did our interview at the old studio in the parade, Tat made me some beautiful Shrewsbury biscuits with blackcurrant marshmallows. I'll never forget them. They were amazing.
Well, exactly. So I couldn't then produce these rubbery slabs.
Biscuits are
I'd
biscuits.
have given it a go,
They're
wouldn't
nice,
you?
but they'd have been amazing, I think. So thank you for bringing some actual Shrewsbury biscuits.
Apparently not made in Shrewsbury though.
No, we need to sort this out.
Yeah, we do. How can you have no Shrewsbury biscuits made in Shrewsbury?
If anybody, I've got a business idea for Shrewsbury biscuits, right?
It's got so bad I can't read where these are made.
Hold it up and I might be able to read it from over
above
here.
my head, Lancashire.
You're in from Lancashire?
Lancashire.
You see, we don't make Eccles cakes. That's a bloody outrage. Yeah.
Maybe.
Can you cut my laughing out? Sorry. I'm trying to hold back.
I'm going to amplify that. I'm going to bring it up.
Please take that out. I've had to take my own laughter out before. It's hideous.
Laughter's infectious, so it's one of those things. What I meant to chat to Matt Sewell about, because obviously he does these huge murals, not murals, which I get to.
Muriel.
I said to him, how do you have the cojones to do something like that? Because it's very public, very in people's faces, right? Yeah. And when you do artwork for my Shrewsbury magazine or something, when you do work for,
what should we do? I don't know. Inconsistent again.
There's a comment section you can look at, but you can just ignore it. But when somebody comes to you and they're looking through your work at something like Drawn, they're like, nah. How does that feel? I mean, has that happened to you? Is it?
Yeah, I get it. Well, because I sometimes have my cartoons out, so it's kind of like a little cartoon exhibition for them. You can see them flipping. You can see people who obviously want to engage, so they'll sit and they'll flip through, and then it's. If there's like stony silence, you're like, okay, not into those. But then every so often there'll be a laugh, and you think, oh, well, there you go.
That'll be me.
But you can sort of tell, can't you? People will just sort of glide by because they clearly what they've seen is not what's interesting.
At least you had nobody come to your face and be like, no, that's terrible.
I
think generally people are nice, aren't they?
Well, if you're that person out there, this is your chance.
Yeah, go on, come and troll us in person.
Well, I was going to ask if we could come there and set up a studio for Drawn for one of the days at least.
Yeah, I'd love
that's how we first met, was the open art.
Oh, it was the open studios. Yeah.
That'd be great.
That was such a I'll think about that now, and I get warm feelings in my chest because
bit of indigestion. You're like biscuit.
Cherie's killed me with this biscuit.
They're made in Lancashire.
Lancashire biscuits. So we did this. It was open art studio sessions, and it was at the open arts studios.
It's Participate, wasn't it, where we were hanging out? Yeah.
And I got in touch with the guys, and I was like, "Can I come and set up a studio?" I don't mind offering. And they were like, "Yeah, please do." And I turned up there, and they completely forgot that I was coming. And they were like, "We haven't got a space for you." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then Tat was like, "I'll budge up."
Yeah,
I'll budge up. Moved all the
we
things
squished
up.
everything on one table, didn't we?
So
right.
And
you could do that before COVID, couldn't you?
You could do that. me and Tat sat arm in arm.
Let's spit in each other's faces. It's fine.
And back then, I had this huge mixer I used to carry around with me. Now I've got the H6 Zoom, which is very handy, very portable, guys.
H6 Zoom.
Oh, I'd love it.
Better than the H5 Zoom.
I've been told that they both have their separate uses.
Oh, really?
The H5 and the H6. So I had this massive mixer and a laptop and the microphones, and that's how we first met.
Yeah.
I was very nervous because I do have social anxiety, so it's very hard for me to go and say hi to new people, which is weird for a guy that's great behind a microphone. Yeah. A psychologist would have a great time trying to chat to me on this show. I'm sure they would. So that's a very nice memory to have.
That was great fun. That it was so cold. Yeah, so was you saying you had warm feelings? Well, I'm glad you had warm feelings because it was.
They finally come back.
Warm feelings, cold hands.
My nerves are finally working again, and that's really nice because I got to sort of talk to you guys whilst I was immersed in you actually doing stuff because you were drawing things. I remember trying to draw Robin Hood. I think it was. You're trying to draw.
Yes, I was. I was drawing Robin Hood.
And this is how I watched you just look at a picture of a Robin Hood hat and go, okay, got it. Bam, done. And I was just like, wow. If only I was that observant.
If you asked me to do a Robin Hood hat, I don't think I'd be able to. What does it do? Does it flop?
What's it got? It's got a sort of a brim, hasn't it? That like an Errol Flynn one.
Oh, of course.
Which they eschewed, didn't they, in the 80s TV series? No hat. Kevin Costner, no hat.
No, you're right. He didn't.
Russell Crowe, probably no hat. I never saw it.
That Kevin Costner one, though. It was all right. I enjoyed that. People get a lot of stick, but I was like, that's not. With the Brian Adams soundtrack.
That went
on. Since then, say since then, how have you sort of developed as an artist with obviously the stuff in my Shrewsbury? Do you feel like you get better and better?
Have you drawn an Errol Flynn hat since?
I haven't actually. No, that was. I'll do that this afternoon. I might draw a Robin Hood hat. What
for Alex. Leave me alone.
Yeah, there you go. Now sod off. You've got your hat. Have I got better? I got more bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you always tend to sort of progress, don't you? I think the more you do, the easier it gets.
I've had to really sort of, so like with everything that's been going on with my other network use suck and everything, we've had to go on a sabbatical because like things weren't working, you know, and I kind of started questioning myself, resenting myself as what I do, you know, and I feel like that's like a natural progression, you know, because you become good at something, you sort of level out a little bit, and then as soon as there's a problem, you kind of start blaming yourself, and I feel like, you know, I chat to my friend Eric Pfluger, who's an artist. I always talk about him because he's one of my peers, he's someone I really look up to, and he's only just picked up his Star Wars Force painting that he's been doing for 2 years. He sort of stopped it for a bit, and he's just only been able to sum up the strength to carry on with it because he hates this thing because it's taken so long. And he, you know, is that normal for someone?
I think that's why I like things quite quick, really, because I don't like to invest time in stuff that might not work out.
Yeah,
I think sometimes there is an awful lot of anxiety, you know, or there can be, can't there? You can start drawing something, you know, when it's actively painful, you're thinking, why am I doing this? But yeah, like you say, if your turnaround's quite quick. Like if you're not working on a massive canvas that will take you 6 months, I think we're sort of lucky in that respect, aren't we? Yeah. Like when I used to do life drawing, I would go and I would love to do the 2-minute ones. And then it's like when they gave you 20 minutes, I was like, oh God, I finished 5, you know, I finished 10 minutes ago.
Why is that lady staring at me? Stop moving a pen.
I don't want to draw that bit. Can we move on?
I did say actually I would love to go with an actual art. I keep saying this. We haven't done it. We need to. If anybody fancies actually planning and doing this, but let's do it. Is me go with an actual artist like you guys.
That would be Cherie.
To a life drawing thing. And then see what I do compared to what.
Let's do that.
I've
been wanting to go back to a life drawing class forever.
They've started up again, haven't they? They do the Hive. Is it the Hive?
I had a bit of trouble because I had a child. I used to go to them at the Hive before I had a child, and then suddenly, because obviously I'm a single parent, but she's grown up now, so you know, can start going.
We could do a vlog about it. I think that'd be great. Obviously, we can't get the naked person in the middle, but I mean...
No, okay, but I'd love to do that. Let's do that. That'd be great.
Is this where I can make my case for life drawing with pants on? Because
Are you going to be the model?
No. I could. Yeah, maybe I could. I could really, you know... Yeah, no. It was more that there was...
you put your pants on.
You can use a couple of biscuits.
That there's never been a time where I've had to know how someone's... I don't know how far down this road I can do. Like when I'm drawing a person, maybe Robin Hood, I've never had to wonder how his member is, you know, which side or which way his genitals are dangling. Well, why is this life drawing? Why can't they just put pants on?
Oh, I see what you mean, because you don't necessarily need
I don't need to know what.
Because bows are difficult to draw.
I need to know different. Like maybe how an arm connects to, you know, a shoulder.
And this is what the point I want to kind of prove really is the fact that, you know, I mean, maybe I have a gift I didn't realise, but you need to train for these things. You need to learn how to...
I don't know you do though, because I used to go to life drawing a lot. One week the model didn't turn up. Have I told you this story?
No.
So I sat in and they drew me, and they weren't particularly good. But I've kept one of them to this day because there was just a little glimmer of something that was me, even though it wasn't a particularly good drawing. And it doesn't have to be what we perceive as good to be a keeper. I've still got it on my wall.
Yes, we all have our own perspectives in life, don't we? And when you see something...
Exactly, yeah.
You may see it's beautiful. I mean, I always compare movies and things. You know, there's certain movies that I absolutely love and think they're amazing. And, you know, you get genuine hate when you go online and say, I really like this thing. And they're like, you're an idiot.
Have you seen Bond? Have you got an opinion?
I haven't seen it yet. I was meant to, but my wife took to Skegness instead. I'll see that.
I don't know where to take that now. Have you seen it?
Bond?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I was so... not bothered about seeing it, but I took the kids and I just thought it was amazing.
But most people I asked didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. But if you enjoyed it. You should never look at the ratings and things like that. I hate people that hate people. That's very strong. But I discourage people from looking at a rating on like Rotten Tomatoes and be like, oh, it's only got 21%. I'm not going to watch it. Watch it. You might enjoy it, you know. You know, but that's it's an important thing, though, isn't it? Individuality with art, you know. And you guys are, I imagine you guys are bringing on a new generation of artists with Drawn that can aspire to go out there and not just make a bit of money, but to make an impression, right?
It's great to come along if you're interested in art or anything, because you'll see such a broad spectrum of things going on. I mean, it's really informative generally. There's going to be kids events as well. I was Tat and I were talking about them earlier. I've got a couple of things lined up, so that I'm not quite sure how to do it yet, whether to book it, because the museum are wonderful. They managed to keep a constant stream of people without it being overcrowded. So it may be a case of booking a time slot. I'm still working on that.
Because last time Charlie Adlard gave you some things to colour in, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I need to get him on the show, because I feel like with Pod Aid, that was one of the worst. It wasn't one of the worst interviews I ever did. I don't know if you guys saw it, but
I watched some of it.
Pod Aid, I had Charlie Adlard, and I had done 8 hours straight, right? Literally with no break, coffee and stuff, but no break, and my head just went.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know where I was. What I was asking him, I was just staring up, and I was like, "Oh my god, Charlie Adlard!" Really weird. So I need to get him on so we can have a proper conversation, because I feel like at that point I just lost.
Well, he said he's going to come to Drawn. You know, if you're there,
yeah,
you can see if he'll have a chat with you.
Oh, he said he'd come if I'm there. Okay,
he's coming. He's coming to have a look around, because he was away when the last one was on. So you never know.
Well, can you get him a stall? Because it's nice to support these up and comers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bless
And he's
him.
all the help he can get.
Support us.
What are you looking forward to the most? This is round 2 for you guys. What are you looking forward to most about this?
Oh, I'm making huge amounts of money.
But seriously though, sometimes it helps us through a tricky period, like January, February. Is a bit of a it's not like a job where you get paid all year round. So whatever we make in the season will carry us through into the new year.
Yeah, all leads towards this couple of months, doesn't it? Yeah.
When it comes to artists and musicians, actors even, and you know, some that have a vocation where you can't do the normal 9 to 5, you have to put your commitment into what you're doing and quit your day job, so you can go out and...
I can still remember when that happened to me. It was 2000, and I was... whatever went on I was working for a design company in Whitechapel in the East End, Aldgate East, and there was various things going on, and our whole department was given the push on Christmas Eve, so we went home with our boxes, and I had a holiday booked, snowboarding as you do. I went on this holiday, and I was nervous the whole time, and I came back and I thought, right, this is the first year I'm working for myself. So I went to Sainsbury's and I thought, right, I've got to buy the cheapest products. And I bought those really bargain basement margarine and bread. I thought, this is how I'm going to live.
Quick save.
Yeah, it was awful. And that was my mentality. I thought, right, that's just
down
really,
the hatches.
really frugal. But
paid off though?
Well, not straight away, but life has a funny way of filling the gaps, doesn't it? It brings... I mean, how many years ago is that? 2000, and I'm still thinking how I'm just making it
Feels
through.
like yesterday, yeah.
It does make a difference, though. I mean, like I've spoken to so many actors and artists and things over the years, and one of the guys that struck me the most was a guy called John Levine, who I spoke to, and he was a child actor who gave it up and was chasing various dreams and trying to hold jobs down and things. He was like, no, I want to do this. I want to go back into acting. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give up my job. A year later, he's in the MCU. He was in Loki, and he was in Cobra Kai, and he's going up, and people want him for these roles. And I was just like, that's pure dedication. That goes to show that sometimes you just need that singular focus that you need to do.
It's true.
And it made the hairs go up on the back of my neck. I was like, wow. Yeah, his friends messaging him like, you're in Loki. And he's like, I'm telling you, it was just a really nice story to hear, you know.
I might give it up and become an actor then. I could do that. I could be in Marvel.
If you're comedy, I'll be in the audience laughing.
Short middle-aged woman.
Will you put your pants on?
I shall put them on the outside of my tights.
The only person telling Chris
I used to do
Hemsworth.
that when I was at school.
To hold your
My
tights
mum
up.
told me it was a really good idea to put your pants on over your tights to keep them up.
Was that double pants? So did you have pants on under
I think
as well?
it might have been because,
Yeah.
but I remember
Double
being in the
pants.
changing rooms for PE and realising it wasn't a good idea at all.
This isn't a thing.
Yeah. Honestly, my mum told me to do it.
Is that a medical term? Double pants.
Look like a superhero.
I am double pants. Prepare to be pummeled.
It did work though. The function, it does keep the tights up. Just saying.
So if you guys need a dressing advice, make sure you go to see.
Oh my god! I should also say on the clothing front, Turtle Doves are sponsoring Drawn, so we were able to give away lovely goodie bags like we did last time because we were sponsored by Right Here last time, which is the art shop in town. This time it's do you know the Turtle Doves brand? It's Shrewsbury based. They do sustainable clothing.
Okay, I should probably get in touch with them then.
Recycled
Yeah.
cashmere.
I think I've heard the name before, so I need to.
Yeah,
Reach out.
you'd like. Where their offices are were spray painted by Gary, who hopefully will also be at the event. But they're wonderful. You'd be nice just to check them out. It's a warehouse covered in Gary's graffiti.
Oh,
It looks
wow.
amazing.
Fantastic. I will get in touch with Turtle Doves.
Yes.
Turtle Doves. If you're listening to this, Turtle Doves,
I
get
can
in touch.
sort that out for you.
Yeah.
She
Nice.
knows people.
I know. I might be helping with the spring summer range as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Ah. What I was going to say that leads on to nicely to apart from Drawn, what are you guys working on at the moment?
Spring summer range for Turtle Doves. How about you, Tat?
What we do, a downhill roll to Christmas, and then January is usually where I sort of schedule in a sort of a creative crisis, personal crisis. All the crises will come together around about January the 4th.
My birthday's on the 5th, so that works out
okay.
well. I usually have a crisis then too.
Yeah. So, I'll give you a call on the 5th or the 4th or the 6th, around about then.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
More of the same, Alex. Being less facetious, more of the same. Still trying to be funny.
I've got a lovely thing lined up with Lammy in December, but I almost don't want to mention it in case it doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, that's the worst thing, isn't it? I do that all the time. Like, we should do this thing, and it never. Well, I'm still waiting to do the tennis competition with the rest of the Shrewsbury Biscuit at High Five Tennis, which we planned 2 years ago. I say these things all the time, and they never happen. People must listen to the Shrewsbury Biscuit religiously. About here he goes again.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's had
Got to
another
do life
idea.
drawing with Cherie Jerrard, is he?
I know, it's something, isn't it? When you say things, you're like, it's out there now.
One thing I am doing though, and it's a really odd thing, is next week I'm having a nipple tattooed on me, I think, and it's because the guys
Like
from Renard.
Scaramanga.
Well, it's the guys from Renard Renard Cosmetic Surgery. They are
Oh, wow.
for ladies that have had cancer and
Yes,
have done
yeah,
nipples.
yeah. I've heard.
They're donating tattoo nipples
Wow.
for people, and they were after models. And I was thinking, this would be funny, right? Just to help out as well. Because obviously it's a great cause. It's very honourable what they're doing. So I was like,
Are you
let's
sure,
do it.
Alex?
I know. I said this to my wife, and she was like, "That'd be on you forever." And
Like Chandler.
Yeah.
Won't you feel a right tit?
I love it. So I was thinking about it. And I was like, no, it'd be a really nice thing to do. But then
It'd
I
be
thought,
a nice thing to do, but that's
Is someone going to demonstrate laser removal?
yeah, there's places. Yeah.
I honestly thought that's where that was going. I should have it put on one day and taken off the next week.
it leads to a nice story, though, doesn't it? What did you do that for? Well, I was helping cancer patients.
That's very honourable of you.
My wife was like,
Yeah.
You'll never leave the house, Alex.
well, this is where
Where
it
are
leads
you
on to
gonna have
another
it?
thing.
Where are you gonna
Well,
put
this is the thing. Right? They were like, we can put it somewhere discreet, right? And I have this like cyst. Oh, get really personal, guys. Now I have this cyst on my arm, and it needs to be checked every year. And I'm always like, it was here last time.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could have it on the cyst, so then it could be like, there it is.
Oh, there it is,
So
yeah.
it's underneath my arm. Very, very thing. I've got a nipple under my arm. But then, right, I'm a big fan of Mallrats and Kevin Smith. Right, I love that film. And there's a scene in there where there's a lady with a third nipple, and I thought, that'd be really fun just to do that. And I had this conversation on the radio last night, and the listeners were like, have a third nipple, do the third nipple thing. And I was thinking, oh my God, now I've got this dilemma.
What, could you have a full breast put on?
Like Total Recall.
Oh my God, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So this is one of the things I kind of like threw out there. I'm going to do this thing, and now I'm actually doing it. So big shout out to the guys from Renard for doing that, though, because that's a very nice thing to do.
Absolutely,
to give, sort of liberate women that have been through this terrible ordeal.
Yeah. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when's Drawn happening then? Tell the listeners when.
27th, 28th of November. Last weekend in November.
At Shrewsbury Museum.
Yeah.
Same
It's
as
great
last
because
time.
it's above Stop Cafe as well, so you can have a little... and so we'll all be wearing masks. We'll be, trying to keep things... And there'll be the circulation of people will stop it getting too crowded. So it's ideal, really.
I found my Raiders snood the other day in the drawer. I was like, that's going to come out again.
Yeah.
Well,
last time we were fully masked, weren't we? We were having an interview.
Because I think it was a week before it was going to be relaxed, and so you didn't therefore have to, but I think we probably all would have anyway, wouldn't we?
Did you guys get mask anxiety? Did you now people have got to see my face again? I've just got used to hiding it.
Well, when I have a cold sore, I decide to religiously wear the mask all day long.
I just wish actually it was my eyes it could cover, because that's the most tired looking bit on me. And I
it does kind of draw attention to tired eyes. I've noticed that.
So when the sort of bags start hanging over the mask rim.
Maybe, isn't that a thing? You can't. I'm with you on that, because it is. I remember seeing a magazine article, how to do your eye makeup when you're wearing a mask. I was thinking, crikey, it's the bags and the tiredness I'm trying to cover up.
Just pull the bags over your face and your mouth and nose.
That's why Halloween masks came in handy. Halloween. Boo. It was really funny, actually, because when we were doing trick-or-treating, Timmy saw someone he knew from school, and he ran up to him and was like, hi, and he went to hug him. And I was like, Timmy, take off your mask first. He doesn't know who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Very valuable lesson, guys. If you're going to hug someone, make sure they know who you are first, Otherwise, it's going to be a very shocking surprise. So, the last weekend in November, and how many sort of artists, I know you said you got 2 days, but how many sort of around?
Oh my gosh, I was working this out yesterday, because I think that there's a few of us doing both days, like myself and Tat will be there both days. So then it's not clear. I've got basically 13 people a day. Each day,
nice.
But because some people are doing 2 days, so I think it's 18.
Too much maths.
This is why I'm an artist. I'm not into the math. So I think there's 18 of us plus a couple. There's so many things that are in the balance of happening that I want to tell you about them, but they might not.
You don't tempt fate.
But what I do know is you'll get a goodie bag. So I'm giving away things and it's free. So, just anything on top of that is just even more.
Well, we'll be there. So,
which day are you going to be there? Or both days or what?
So is it a Friday and a Saturday or Saturday?
No, Saturday and a Sunday.
Okay, so I'll be definitely there for the Saturday. Maybe for a little bit on the Sunday, because I work Sunday nights, but I guess it...
See how you feel.
See how I feel.
Part of the team, Alex.
I say the royal we, but it is a royal we at the moment, genuinely, because Jules has been selfish and moving to Scotland, and Shane's got a new job, so he can't commit. So it's literally just me and the Shrewsbury Biscuit at the moment.
Yeah, but we'll all be there. We'll all chip in, won't we?
Yeah, it was just me last time when I came to see you, Tat. The first time we met. That was a very nerve-wracking day. It really was.
Because I'm so intimidating.
Yeah, well, I can understand.
I was
a bit scared.
It's that resting face of mine again, isn't it? In fact, that was the event where I think I scared the most people off.
Really?
And it's quite hard to get footfall in to participate, because it's like it's in the bowels, isn't it? And so when people did come in and they were giving us a wide swerve, it's like, oh my God. Put up signs, come on in.
I think it's probably me, actually.
You need your nipple out. And they're in the grounds of Total Recall underneath Shrewsbury.
Get your nipples up or put your pants on. Where can people find all the information for Drawn if they want to get? Do they have to buy tickets, or what? How do they have to do it?
Well, I've been quite keen not to do the ticket thing, because I love the idea, especially on a Sunday morning, that you'll wake up, you'll think, where should we go? A bit like when I used to live in London and I go to Columbia Flower Market. You just get up, walk there, have a cuppa, and it's just go with the flow. Where can you get? So you don't have to worry about tickets. Basically, it's the people who are showcasing their work. That's all booked in. I feel like I should tell you something more useful than that. Okay, how about my website? Cherie did this. There's a Drawn page where you can see some goofy pictures of all of us from the last event, and I'll be putting any more details about workshops and stuff on there.
Instagram. got it all on there, haven't you?
Cherie did this. And your Instagram?
My Instagram, Tat_FB, EFFBY.
EFFBY.
Why?
Not Pidge. What is Pidge? Pidge just started following me on Instagram, and it's really funny little illustrations of birds, of a pigeon. And I was like, is that Tat messing?
If it's really good, I'll pretend it's me.
I'll show you.
Can't you have a jingle of somebody crunching a biscuit? Like me right now, eating this biscuit that's here that I can't eat because we're talking. Like,
Cookie Monster, cookie.
I feel like that would be a great jingle.
It really would be. Yeah.
There you go. There's the, what's it, AMSR?
That's it. That's a great sound effect, that is.
I can't eat anymore. It's really so much.
For all your current affairs.
Sure, I will, but
a little bit dry.
I'm trying to find Pidge just to show you because I feel like I need to explain myself.
While Cherie's eating her biscuit, I'll just say it's an excellent opportunity for people to come and buy presents.
Nice.
To be the smug person who goes, yeah, I did all my Christmas shopping and I did it before December the 1st.
Great at this, aren't you?
So,
And I bought you
Roll
a
up,
very
roll up.
individual piece of art by a local
Exactly.
independent artist.
I mean, the obvious thing is here, when I sell wholesale, the shops put their markup on. When you sell direct to the customer, you usually shave a little bit off. So the customer's actually saving money as well.
yeah. Everyone's
So,
happy.
Genuinely, listeners, if you listen to this and you're looking for, not only the opportunity to buy something nice for you or for your friends, but to support local artists, please check out Drawn. And not only that, you get to visit the local museum too. It's just like, it's a perfect day, isn't it? Just to be able to go out there and sort of see.
Did you see the Lego exhibition? Because I saw bits of it.
Good.
Was good.
Yeah, it was good.
So disappointing to say that I didn't.
I missed
catch
it, but I did see some of it. What I did see
Can't
was
find
amazing. I kept sending people there, and then they're saying, "Where you been?" And I was like, "Well, I've seen some."
Yeah, no, it was good, and it sort of reignited my because the Lego's been put away for a couple of years in this house, but in fact, it reignited everyone's love for Lego. So I actually did stand on a Lego piece the other day, and I was like, that's
Away with you!
right.
Yes,
And it was a tiny little oneer
yes.
with a nipple, like a tour with a central nipple. And that was unbelievably painful.
I've got an off-the-beat story here. This will just make me even more inconsistent. I had to do a belly dance performance once after a burlesque act who'd used loads of cake toppings, hundreds and thousands and stuff. Done all, obviously I was backstage, and there must have been lots of, and so I had to come out and attempt to not fall over all this stuff.
Oh my God.
There you go. No more to it than that.
Hundreds of thousands.
Were they quite painful to stand on?
It was very painful to stand on, and the whole thing was a bit of a fiasco, to be honest. But
do you do classes for the belly button?
I did classes for about 13 years. I was known as the belly dance lady. And I thought, I can't carry on like this. But in fact, Katie Rink, lovely Katie Rink, came up to me at Drawn, and I said, "Oh, hi, Katie." And she said, "Do you know where you know me from?" And I said, "Well, yeah, from, Shrewsbury magazine." She said, "No, you came to my house once and did a belly dance performance at a workshop." I was like, "Oh my God, yes."
She didn't ask you, you just turned up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She couldn't get rid of me, yeah.
Well, you get a very different kind of belly dance if you ask me to come around.
Yeah. So same here after these biscuits.
Guys, this is a great opportunity, like I said, for you to support local artists. Drawn just sounds fantastic. I'm so good I couldn't be there for the day last time. So if there's anything that I've got planned, I'll make arrangements to actually be there.
Great.
If you got space for me this time, Pat.
Pat, oh, for God's sake, Alex.
Pat, I love that. Cheryl and Pat.
Let's share a
Cherie and
table.
Pat. Cherie and Pat, another jingle.
Maybe I'll tell you what we can do.
Cheryl and Pat.
How to embarrass yourself in someone's house with That's hilarious. Do you reckon we'll have space? We can share a table again, as I was going to say. Oh,
We
God.
get a table.
Yeah, no, you're there, Alex. I want you to be there. It'd be awesome.
That'd be nice. Yeah. That's cool. I've got a couple of weeks to sort out some stuff then, because my banner broke. The pull-up banners?
Yes.
We went to the Battle of Shrewsbury and the wind was like...
Oh my God.
So at this point, I'm going to be painting it on a big piece of paper.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that. We should have biscuits on your thing as well.
Well, I was chatting with my mother-in-law because she's an amazing baker. She's fantastic. And she's been practicing... recipes for Shrewsbury Biscuits. And I was like, well, if we buy some little plastic baggies and some stickers with a Shrewsbury Biscuit, you make the biscuits and make Shrewsbury Biscuits.
I think that's
a good idea. In fact, so could I borrow her recipe?
I'll hook you up later. Well, guys, thank you for inviting me around your house, Tat.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for chatting to me.
It's been lovely.
Yes, it has been great.
I'll tell you guys as well about something that's going on with the biscuit. We're releasing some of our vintage episodes on YouTube only because we never really used YouTube as a platform to release our podcasts. So we kind of abandoned it a little bit. So what we're doing is some of our early episodes we're releasing on YouTube only. So go to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast YouTube channel and subscribe. And you can, every Sunday we release one of them. So that was good times,
Great.
good memories. And we'll catch you guys. Oh, my website. The shrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. Check out our website. All of our audio is there. And if you need a website, go and check out Web Orchard. They do make an amazing website. So thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Thanks, Alex.
See you next time. Peace out.